on my way to Home Depot to pick up a special order window that I placed a couple weeks ago. It's basically a 2040 that I'm going to be putting in my spare bedroom where I had that air conditioner next to where we installed the side door last year. And that's what I'm going to go get because I don't want to have to put something full size. This is going to be basically 2 feet wide by 4 feet in height. So I'm going to pick it up now at the old Home Depot. Alright, so I got my window. I don't know why it took 15 minutes to have to go from one department to another for some weird reason. I guess it got moved on, but I got it, so I'll show you what it looks like and where we're going to put it. Alright, it's going to be going here. This is where we'll probably be knocking a hole. We've already got this hole where the air conditioner used to be, but it is now over at the mega shed. And we'll probably just knock this out and then take the hole up to about, I guess, about the top of the door frame. It might go a little bit higher, but yeah, I'll put the window up here and give you a better idea. And there it is. It's a 2040, 2 feet wide by 4 feet tall, made by Geldwin. This was custom made through Home Depot, and yeah, so basically I will just knock that hole out and then take it up the rest of the way. So yeah, it looks like it is going to be a little bit higher than the door frame, but not a big deal. But yeah, this has no ventilation in here, just this window, because there used to be a window there and I put this door in. So now we'll put a window and maybe another window unit air conditioner in time, but not right now. But yep, so that's what it looks like, and we'll probably start on this project in a little bit and show you the progress. Alright, so we got more supplies. We got our trim and that we need for around the window. This shelf is going to have to probably go because after looking at it, we're probably going to have to come down a little bit further than where the existing hole was that we made for the air conditioner. This outlet may be a problem because that'll probably have to be lowered, and of course this shelf is going to have to go away. So I'm going to take it out so we can have the room we need to start getting this thing installed. So yeah, we still got to build headers and we're not sure where the studs are. So we'll probably be carving in, doing the sheetrock work first, and then come outside and we'll be taking the vinyl siding off and piecing that together. So yep, little by little we'll get this project going. Alright, there we go. Shelf is out of the way. This is actually an access panel to the shower. We put this in sometime back when we were redoing the bathroom. So if there's ever a plumbing leak, we've got an access door to, you know, do repairs instead of busting out tile. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo a little bit of paint work here, as these brackets stuck to the paint. And this was the access hole that I had for the window air conditioner that I pulled out earlier in the year. So this is all coming out and we're just going to install a window instead. That's the plan. And all my wife's stuff, this is stuff for our boutique that we have in Mexico. It's just kind of moved and stuffed there for now. And we may put a partial shelf back over here in the corner just to kind of fill this gap, but we'll see where the window is first, and then, you know, we'll make a determination after that. So yep, I'll be enlisting my friend, the help from my friend CJ to mark lines and do the work here. He's more of an expert at it than I am, so we'll get started on this and start knocking sheetrock out next. Alright, here's where we're at. We went ahead and took the sheetrock out pretty much almost all the way to the ceiling and all the way to the floor, because these studs have to come out, and plus we got to put new studs in on the side here because of the size of the window. So, and as you can see, being that this house was built in 1938, insulation was not invented yet, so I get my flashlight here, and yeah, there is no insulation anywhere on the outside of this house. But that's a big project for down the road, which I do intend to do one day, is all this ton and groove 1x4, that's basically the outside of my house there. Rip all this stuff off and put insulation in, and then 4x8 sheets of plywood, and then re-vinyl side the whole entire house. So I'll probably just do one side at a time. But yeah, for now, just to get this window installed, this used to be where the window unit air conditioner was. We just kind of put a hole in the wall, but that's all going away, and that'll be going in. And luckily I've got an extra can of that bright yellow paint that my wife picked out, so it's almost a full gallon, so we got plenty of paint to repaint everything once the sheetrock is replaced. So, but yeah, and on top of that, the receptacle, which was about right in here, that's the whole wire for it right there. We're just gonna probably move it over a little bit, you know, once the window's in we'll get a better idea where we're going to put that at. So, but yeah, so this is the inside. We'll probably start working on putting the new 2x4s in over here where the support's going to be. We got to build a header up there. So yeah, a little bit of work to do, and then we'll eventually gut this out and make a hole to the outside. And one other note, this is not actual sheetrock, this is plaster. And this was a real pain to cut out, but yeah, it's actually in strips. Can't really see where the pieces are, but yeah, this is an actual piece here where there it is. It's just, you know, little grooves there that hold it in place, and it was just strips that went across lengthwise before they invented 4x8 sheets of sheetrock. So yeah, this is original plaster that we're cutting out, and it's a lot more tougher to cut with a sheetrock saw than normal sheetrock these days. Alright, another update. We've got the old studs out. These are actual lumber cut 2x4s, 2 inches by 4 inches. And we might be using some of these to help make the new headers. We're going to be putting a header up here and across, but we can't get to this side yet because we got to take care of this electrical wire, and right now it's too short for where we want it to go, so we got to do some modifications to that. But yep, got everything, got at least one side pretty much framed, and yeah, again, got these old lumber cut 2x4s out of the way, and yeah, there's some mean looking nails there. But yep, progress continues, and we should have the framing done tomorrow, and then we'll be ready to knock a hole on the outside, take the vinyl siding off and start cutting out this ton and groove stuff, and get ready to put the window in. And also we discovered a little bit of rot in the rim joist here, so we put a piece of treated wood here. It's basically a 1x3 inch, I believe, so we could it's basically a patch. We're hoping we don't have to do any more work on that down the road, but the only way to fix that is to jack the house and all that. So, you know, luckily it's not that bad, but something we'll have to keep an eye on over time. Alright, framing for the most part is done. We've already recycled our original lumber cut 2x4s for making the bottom portion for the window. And we made a header out of some scrap 2x6s that I had, and then we got our blocks up there, but we're just limited on space, so once we start knocking out the ton and groove and take the vinyl siding off, then we'll have the room we need to finish that up. Alright, enough of the phone. Also, what I failed to mention, when we were putting these new 2x4s in, we added another 3/4 inch to kind of match up with the existing lumber cut 2x4s, so we have a real 4-inch board here to match the existing wood, so we wouldn't have any problems with sheetrock. And when we put the vinyl siding back on, we're going to have to do some rigging on that, because all this is going to go away and plywood will go in its place, but it won't be the right thickness, so we'll have to modify that. But yep, and we redid the electrical wire, so now that's all fixed. We've got it off to the side, put a groove in the header, notched out this board, and brought it down to where the receptacle is going to go, somewhere down in here. So yep, next step is to go ahead and knock out the outside and start getting that removed and set up for the window. Alright, it's time to take all the vinyl siding off. We're going to probably take it all the way to the bottom there and finish up the framing and get ready to put this window in. And there you have it. Got the opening from the outside. And this is the 2x8 sheets made in Chicago, probably back in 1938 sometime. So yep, got the header up, framed up, vinyl siding and the old ton and groove cut out of the way. So now we're ready to go ahead and start cutting our wafer board and get some insulation in this wall, since we've got it open, you know, in preparation for when we do the rest of the insulation and replace that window at a later date. So I'll show you what it looks like from the inside. Here you go. We weren't able to get blocks up in here, there just was no room. But we've got 3 2x4s here, 2 2x4s here, and yeah, it's definitely stout, so we're just going to have maybe an issue trying to attach sheetrock to it, but well, that's definitely strong enough. So yep, on to the next step. Alright, one quick strip of insulation, then we'll put the plywood up, and then insulation on the inside. Alright, plywood's in place, ready to cut. Alright, that's what it looks like on the inside. Cutting the frame now. Alright, there's a hole. Yep, I had to double up on the plywood here because of the thickness of our siding. So, oh well, gotta do what you gotta do to make it flush. Alright, everything is doubled up. 2 layers of plywood all the way around. So now it's about time to throw a little bit of wrap on the inside and get ready to put the window in. Alright, all the patch pieces are in. We are almost flush with the existing ton and groove. So we're ready or getting ready to put the window in next. And there you go. Window is in. Now get ready to put some flashing around the outer edge there so we don't have any leaks. There you go. That's what it looks like on the inside. Looking good. Got it all shimmed up underneath there. And there you go. Window flashing is on. I'll just tack on the vinyl siding. And cosmetically it'll be finished on the outside. Yeah, there it is. All vinyl sided up. Exterior is pretty much done. So next will be the sheetrock. Alright, well, this is probably about as far as I'm going to be able to get. I've got a lot of other stuff I've got to do before I take off to Mexico, so I think my friend CJ will probably handle the rest of this while I'm gone and finish putting insulation in the walls and sheetrocking it up and all that. So but yeah, I guess I'll just do a follow-up video to this after I return and you know, get back from vacation. So, and one last look from the outside. Looks great. So can't even really tell that any modifications have been done. So, yep, but that'll do it for now. So like I said, I'll just do a follow-up on the inside when I return. So, thanks for watching.